All right, welcome back to another episode of the Tank's Good News Podcast. I'm your co-host, Tank Sinatra, here with my rat queen.
Investigator Slater, I'll take it.
You will take it.
Happily.
Happily. You'll take it like it's some kind of burden for you. That's the best thing favorite thing I've ever said about you.
You've said such nice things in the intro, and I know for sure that my face lit up the most when you called me rat queen just now.
Listen, if you don't know what that means, obviously you don't know what it means. It's a cyclopedia thing. So worlds are, colliding and blending, and I don't know what's real anymore, who I am, or if you're me, or I'm Albert Markovsky.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the cracks and the pieces thing.
That's the point, though. We're all under the blanket.
We are all under the blanket. Yeah. Well, welcome to the blanket. And if this is your first time listening, welcome to the podcast. If this is your 9th time listening, welcome home. All right. Glad to be here. Glad glad you're here.
Thank you. Glad you're here.
And I'm glad you guys are here listening to this right now.
Or watching, because we have videos up on Spotify.
Yeah. And YouTube. On Spotify, if you see the video, do your part, leave a heart. You can leave a comment, or just let us know what you liked about the episode or what you'd like to hear in the future. We will be taking case requests via Spotify comments here from now on.
Good to know.
Yeah, we have a lot of good news. There's good news happening every day, but maybe you know about something I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm open to that possibility.
You have an idea for a type of case you want to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And if you haven't subscribed yet, or rated us, or reviewed us, or left a comment, or followed Tank's Good News or Investigator Slater on social media, do all of that right now. Take 30 seconds, literally. It's so fast for you to do that. And just do that for us, because we need... we need love and support.
Meaningful. It's fast for you, but very, very profound and meaningful for us.
Very, very meaningful for us. And I'm not, listen, who doesn't like a little validation here and there? Okay. So when that number changes by 1, I go, oh, somebody else loves me.
Yeah, we notice everything.
Yeah. And maybe I am worth loving and living.
You are.
I know that.
Okay. You just need them to tell you that.
I know that intellectually.
Emotionally, I need a little help.
Emotionally, I'm nothing without you guys.
I am nothing without you.
Thought I knew where you were going. I don't know what the heck that was. What
Did
was
I
that?
ever tell you you're my hero?
Did you ever know that you're my hero? Man, that's why I didn't recognize it.
Well, whatever. You're the wind beneath my armpits.
Ew.
Okay.
All right. It's a human wing. What are you going to do? You are the wind beneath my lats. I'm fucking jacked.
No kidding.
Yeah. We're acting like a bunch of bitches over here.
Oh, man.
Come on over to the Cyclopedia if you want to see us in our truest form, where we just have no mental boundaries whatsoever.
None.
Everything comes out. But here I got to be a little reserved. Which, by the way, before we get into it, I realized something the other day. It made me feel really, really good. So I was writing notes. You know what notes are on Instagram?
No,
it's like a new feature that you can do, and it gets shown to people who follow you, who you follow, right?
Okay. What is that, like a status update?
No.
Okay.
What?
Like an AIM thing?
Wow. No,
that's where I am in my tech journey.
Yeah, no, it's not Facebook. It is a new feature on a new, whatever. Anyway, so I'm writing these. I wrote a note on Tank Sinatra. I wrote one on Influencers in the Wild, and I wrote one on...
Oh, didn't I write one on Cyclopedia? And then
Yes.
you messaged me and you're like, it's not what you think it is.
Well, because we follow 6 people.
Exactly. Yeah. I know what it is, though.
Yeah. I wrote 3 very different notes, and I was like, I've had people tell me in the past, like, how could you run Tank's Good News and Influencers in the Wild? They're so
like you're
diametrically opposed.
Okay.
And it's like, hey, I'm a huge person, and I like a lot of different things, and I'm not just one thing. I never have been, I never will be. And by the way, neither are you. Mm-hmm. So it hit me all of a sudden out of nowhere, because it was very accidental that I created these 3 very different pages.
Yeah.
I was like, how awesome is it that I have 3 different outlets for all different varying aspects of how I see the world, and I get to express it freely with people.
It is interesting because brand-wise, you don't see that very often, I feel like. A brand is typically like a POV, and they stick to it, you know what I mean? And that's what they sell, their whatever, not product, whatever they're selling.
Their brand.
On their brand, exactly.
Yeah.
So it is interesting that you have 3 really different sort of brands that merge and it works for you.
Yeah, I know. I love it. I'm so happy.
Good.
Well, without any further ado.
4, excuse me, because you have the true crime comedy.
Oh my God. So yeah, Tank Sinatra. By the way, I'm not posting like dank 9/11 memes on Tank Sinatra and running. You know what I mean?
No.
But that's not who I am as a person. Right. So yeah, Tank Sinatra, Tank's Good News, Influencers in the Wild, and do not forget Psychopedia.
Which, by the way, is my favorite brand that you have. It just is.
It's. I've said it on that podcast before. That's where I am the most myself.
I know. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So listen, if you are a true crime fan, we're appealing to deep feelers here. That's what we're looking for, deep feelers. So if you want to cry, come here. If you want to be sick to your stomach.
And learn some fascinating things about the human, psyche.
Yeah. And what we're capable of and how to live in this world.
And how the law deals with it and how
Yes.
humanity deals with it. Mm-hmm. I mean, we go very far over there on Psychopedia.
Yeah.
Every episode too.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, you do a great job. So without any further ado, why don't you take me through these stories that you have prepared so diligently and I'm sure beautifully for this week's episode?
Okay, before we get into our first case, what kind of patient are you? Like when you're not feeling well?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm curious.
When I'm not sick, I am the world's most patient, self-sufficient person. I don't need anything from anybody. I have ultimate patience with the people around me, even though I don't feel good. Mm-hmm. When I am sick, I'm king baby. And my whole perspective on who I am as a person and what I'm capable of changes. And I go, I wish I wasn't so hard on my wife when she was sick and I told her to just suck it up.
Right?
Yeah, I'm not great.
Yeah. I feel like most people are not at their best when they're sick, right?
No, nobody that's...
No, but, well, yeah. No, sometimes though at work, like if I'm not feeling well, I'll like double down. I'll go even harder.
Oh, okay.
To try and compensate.
Yeah.
But by and large, I would say when you're not feeling well, like you're not yourself.
No.
It's very hard to just kind of like keep things going.
Mm-hmm.
This next story, I feel like is going to make you reconsider your behavior when you're not feeling well.
All right, we'll see. Yeah.
So we're going to begin today's journey with the remarkable life of actor Chadwick Boseman, a man who has transcended heroic roles on the silver screen to embody true legend status in the real world.
Stud human being. Yeah.
Stud.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said it like that. I was like acting like you blew the case, like you took the ending away.
No.
Sorry,
the Titanic sinks at the end of the movie.
I realized the error of my ways after I said it.
The boat sank? I couldn't believe it.
So Chadwick's journey began in the quiet town of Anderson, South Carolina, where his sharp intellect and innate talent for performance made him a standout.
Small interjection. I am so excited to hear about him as a person.
Yeah.
I know nothing.
Well, that's the point of TGN, I feel like.
Yeah.
You got the headline. Obviously, you know this case. You know what he did, which is extraordinary. Mm-hmm. When you know who he was, it hits harder.
Yeah.
After completing acting school and honing his craft, Chadwick gradually carved out a place for himself with roles on shows like All My Children and ER. Each role was a stepping stone toward a future of bright lights and acclaim, and Chadwick stayed relentlessly focused on his dream of becoming an A-list actor. He was in his mid-30s when he scored his first lead role in a major film, playing Jackie Robinson in the film 42.
That's right.
Stepping into the iconic role of Jackie Robinson was not easy, but Chadwick accepted the responsibility of portraying such a historically significant figure with a quiet strength that honored Robinson's legacy and captured both his resilience in the face of racism and the unshakable dignity that defined his career.
We should at some point, maybe just down the road, talk about Jackie Robinson.
Okay.
Because what he did was impossible.
Agree. Then came the movie Get On Up, where Chadwick didn't just play James Brown, he became James Brown and delivered a performance so electric that the New Yorker called it startling and galvanic.
Ooh.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, I love the word galvanized.
Okay.
First of all, it's a fence. It's what they do to galvanize steel, but it makes it stronger and more resistant to wear.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was what came next in 2018 that seemed to cement Chadwick's legacy. Chadwick was cast as King T'Challa, a.k.a. the Black Panther.
You're damn right he was.
A role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that would not just elevate his career, but forever change the landscape of cinema.
Do you know how old he was when he was cast in that role?
About 38.
I mean, 38's not old, but you're out there trying to act at 24 years old. Somebody told you, hey, it's going to be 14 years before you get the role you're looking for. Who would stick that out?
I know. But he had some pretty good stepping stones. Like, that's the thing.
It's true. He had some good feedback along the way.
It was as though Chadwick was destined to play the Black Panther. With an effortless blend of power and grace, he carried the role with such authority that it's almost impossible to imagine anyone else donning the suit. And Black Panther not only shattered expectations, but it also made history. It became the first superhero movie to surpass $1 billion at the box office, forever proving that Black superheroes deserve to be at the forefront, claiming their rightful place in the spotlight.
Yeah.
And Chadwick kept the momentum going by bringing T'Challa back for 2 Avengers films. Black Panther 2 was also in the works and set for a 2022 release. But before the movie could be released, tragedy struck. On August 28th, 2020, Chadwick's family released a statement that absolutely shook Hollywood and far beyond, news that truly shattered the world's understanding of the man behind King T'Challa, because somehow, incredibly, tragically, Chadwick passed away after a quiet, relentless 4-year battle with colon cancer.
Which, by the way, don't do the math. He was dealing with that while he was shooting Black Panther.
That's a big part of this.
Yeah.
The statement read in part, quote, "A true fighter, Chadwick persevered through it all, bringing you the films you came to love, all filmed while enduring countless surgeries and rounds of chemotherapy."
Oh, my God.
It was the honor of his career to bring King T'Challa to life in Black Panther.
Dedicated.
Ooh, but like fierce and strong. And that's what I was saying in the beginning. Like, you have a cold, you're like out for the count.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you allow yourself to like dip a little lower. You'll call out,
Yeah.
whatever. He films
While doing chemo.
Right.
Yeah.
Chadwick's death hit the world like a sucker punch. At just 43 years old, no one had any idea that he'd been fighting this excruciating and terrifying battle in silence, let alone that he somehow managed to expertly film multiple iconic movies while undergoing rigorous treatment and multiple surgeries. As the truth began to sink in, fans and colleagues began scouring old footage to search for any clues that they missed. And that's when a video from a February 2018 Sirius XM interview resurfaced, its meaning now very profound and heartbreaking. In it, Chadwick spoke about staying in contact with 2 terminally ill little boys during the filming of Black Panther.
Yeah.
Their parents told Chadwick that they were holding up just to see the film.
Oh.
"I realized that they anticipated something great," Chadwick said, reflecting on their hope. He remembered how as a child he would wait eagerly for moments like his birthday, Christmas, or a new toy. He said, "It put me back in the mind of being a kid." And so Chadwick continued his visits to children with cancer. On September 12th, 2018, fresh off filming Avengers Endgame in Atlanta, he made a detour to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital in Memphis. Soon enough, Black Panther had become one of the most requested superheroes for visits, and Chadwick's arrival was eagerly awaited. The line to meet him stretched long, but Chadwick refused to leave until he had met every single patient. For those too sick to join the event, he visited their rooms and even celebrated one young patient's birthday from her hospital bed. Can you imagine like the real Black Panther showing up? It's not even like a dupe. It's like the real one.
No, yeah.
It's incredible.
No, and to be where he was at that time, I don't know. The strength is remarkable.
And all that time, no one even knew that Chadwick himself was silently battling cancer, a fight that he'd been waging since 2016. But when the world learned of his diagnosis, many couldn't help but wonder, did he spend so much time with those children because he understood on a level that few could the weight of their struggle?
Yeah.
More and more stories about Chadwick emerged after his passing. Black Panther executive producer Nate Moore shared that during his last conversations with Chadwick, they'd been working together to help a young boy through the Make-A-Wish Foundation. It was during COVID lockdown, so an in-person visit wasn't possible, but Chadwick was determined to do something. So he sent the boy a voice note as T'Challa, along with a package full of toys. Chadwick's final text to Nate read, quote, It broke me, man, but we need to do that for them. People deserve abundant life, special moments. They've been through hell battling disease. If we were able to ease their suffering and bring joy for a moment, and hopefully moments as he goes through the bags, then we made a difference in his life. I sent text messages like, I don't know. That was so profound. It was like a fleeting text for him.
Yeah.
Looking back and to answer the question previously asked, many assume Chadwick felt so strongly about visiting children with cancer because he too was battling illness. But Nate didn't see it that way. I think that's just who he was as a man, he said. A leader and a caregiver first, who accomplished both of those things as a performer and as a regular person. Mm-hmm. While Chadwick's death was an undeniable tragedy, it also brought attention to colon cancer and led to an increase in screenings. Dr. Amit Agarwal, a colorectal surgeon in Houston, noted that since Chadwick's passing, more Black patients have sought out colon cancer screenings, and a very important shift, considering the fact that, according to the American Cancer Society, colorectal cancer occurs at a higher rate in Black Americans than in any other racial or ethnic group in the U.S. Black Americans are more than 20% more likely to develop the disease and 40% more likely to die from it than most other groups.
And it's an easy one to get rid of.
Exactly.
If you catch it early.
I think we're getting to that now. Chadwick's wife, Simone Ledward Bozeman, has carried on her husband's legacy by advocating for greater awareness. In 2024, she spoke out saying, colorectal cancer is killing young people across the country and most are vastly underestimating their risk. I've seen how this disease moves and I know how treatable it is when it's detected early. My personal advocacy stems from this understanding and from the disappointment I feel in the lack of awareness in my community. We who have this knowledge have an obligation to inform our fellow man. Spreading awareness will save lives. Mm-hmm. Chadwick Boseman's legacy transcends his iconic roles. It's rooted in his unyielding strength, grace, and tremendous generosity. Through every challenge, he inspired countless lives, showing that true heroism isn't defined by superhero powers, but by the strength of the human spirit.
Hell yeah. But he is like a real life superhero.
Yeah, for sure.
That movie, you saw the movie or no?
I did not, because I don't tend to see movies. Okay. Even though seeing a movie is maybe my number one favorite thing to do.
Yeah, well.
I don't get what that's about psychologically.
There's that cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, I like to bring my Raisinets and popcorn, dump the Raisinets into the popcorn, shake up the bag so every bite is salty and sweet, and just get into the movie.
Yeah.
The noise, the feeling of the vibrations of the speaker, the whole experience is like amazing to me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I saw it in the movie theater, but I definitely watched it multiple times. And it was back then, I'm going to say something annoying, but it is what it is. It was part of it. There was this feeling of like, why are you making the Black Panther black? It's like, dude, he's fucking black. What are you Yeah, it was like, this Disney woke shit.
Oh, my goodness.
And I love the fact that, first of all, the movie was insane.
Yeah.
It was so good. Michael B. Jordan, I hated him in that movie. That's how good he was. I love Michael B. Jordan.
Take it he was the villain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one coming after the crown. And you come for the crown, you best not miss.
I love that. I say that all the time, actually.
Yeah.
Take your shot, you better not miss.
And the movie just, was shattering records left and right. And it's like, maybe you should shut up about the whole woke shit thing. It's like, maybe it's just a good movie.
Played by the perfect actor.
And I believe that there's something to this. I think that a lot of actors, like certain actors, I guess, are good at getting into the spirit of things. Mm-hmm. Like Christian Bale is very versatile. He does a million different roles and he nails all of them. Mm-hmm. So maybe he's good at putting himself in certain scenarios. I think most people are not. Like Robert De Niro has played the same character in every movie he's ever done.
Yeah.
Joe Pesci, phenomenal actors, but like that's who they are.
Right.
But this is who Chadwick was.
Although Robert De Niro and Meet the Parents and Meet the Fockers, really funny.
He was still a curmudgeon.
You're right. You're right.
Grumpy old man.
You know who's an amazing actor who, like, his ability to bend, for me, it's mind-blowing because for, like, the longest time, I only saw him as one type of character. Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Him as a serious role is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I saw an interview with him once too, and he's like, I can play these roles. I mean, I don't like saying this. I feel sad that this is what he said, but it hit me. He goes, because I'm broken. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not just the funny guy. I'm a good actor. I can do that, but I can also really be a million other people.
Yeah. Well, you know Pagliacci the Clown, right? Have you heard? No?
No.
Never?
No.
Have you ever heard the song Tears of a Clown by Smokey Robinson?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This clown that was the greatest clown of all time was the saddest person on the planet, because there's this feeling of like, if I can just make other people happy, maybe I can steal a little bit of that and put it inside me. So if I make 1,000 people laugh and I get 0.5% from everybody, then maybe that'll make me happy. And it just doesn't, unless, and I think there's a caveat here, unless you derive value from bringing joy to others. I think that if you're just out there to like get attention and validation from people, it's the more you get, the bigger the monster grows.
Yeah.
The more it needs to eat.
Well, it depends on your intention, right?
Exactly. I like making people laugh because I like when people make me laugh. And I love like
You're giving it back.
trying my best to do for others what I love is done for me. And ain't that life?
You make me laugh a lot. So
Amazing.
you're doing a great job.
Yeah, you're a good audience.
Maybe.
I like good audiences too.
Yeah, but I don't laugh easily. Like I'll see funny movies or I'll go to I'm probably maybe the worst person to have at a comedy show, even though I feel, because I'm so empathetic for the comedian, that like I'm constantly giving him or her like good vibes. I'm shaking my head, I'm making eye contact, I'm acting like I'm really sucked into it, but I almost never laugh.
Yeah.
I don't know, but with you, I'm always cracking up.
It's comedy clubs
They're awkward.
are sneakily awkward and uncomfortable.
Very awkward.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on stage, like I'm performing. I'm constantly like, this is so good. You're doing so good.
I hope I'm being a good audience member.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, I really need to take us into our second story because I don't think I've ever been more excited to discuss a topic on this podcast before.
Okay, I'm guessing it has something to do with rats.
We are going to be discussing the cutest revolution in humanitarian aid. Okay?
I am ready.
Okay. In this story, we're heading off to the United Republic. What happened?
I don't know. You were going hard and then the wheels came off.
That's like exactly what happened.
We need a rat to rescue her.
It's like exactly.
Today, we are diving into the United Republic. We are heading off to the United Republic of Tanzania.
A country in East Africa where an unlikely team of heroic beings is proving that bravery does not come in one size.
Okay, and I said that. This happens at Psychopedia a lot, but I said it because she could not.
Couldn't get the words out of my mouth.
Because she said United Republic. And then there was about a 5-minute break of laughing and whatever, and then she tried again and she couldn't do it, so I jumped in as a good teammate.
Thank you for that very
Yes.
much.
Okay.
No capes, no badges, just pure life-saving action.
And cheese. And rabies.
These lifesavers detect danger, uncover disease, and even assist in search and rescue. They are small, they are lightning fast, and they are razor sharp. And that's not all they have in common, because these incredible protectors are all rats. Which you already said.
Dun, dun, dun.
Rat. That's from Ratatouille. When the chef's like, and he smells them out and he's like, rat.
Did you ever see the tweet about Ratatouille and the food critic? The tweet was basically like, everyone was acting in this movie like he wanted to tank the restaurant. Maybe he just didn't want a rat cooking his food.
But he did such a good job.
He's incredible.
Such a good cook.
He tapped into that food critic's innermost memories.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For more than 3 decades, the Belgian nonprofit Apopo has been training African giant pouched rats, a spectacular species with extraordinary scent detection abilities, boundless stamina, and a lifespan long enough to dedicate years to working life-saving missions.
Apropos of nothing, first of all.
Sick.
Second of all, pouched rats?
Yeah.
So marsupials?
African giant pouched rats have cheek pouches.
Okay. So they're not marsupials.
No.
They're rodents.
Yes.
Good. Keeping it real.
Originally trained to detect landmines and tuberculosis, these
What?
remarkable rodents have since been at the forefront of innovation and humanitarian work. It all started in the 1990s when Apopo's founders set out to revolutionize landmine detection. Over 50 countries in the world with histories of conflict suffer from landmine contamination, which blocks agriculture, development, and access to needs that they have, water and land. Over 3,000 global casualties are caused every year by landmines, 46%
Really?
of which are children.
Oh my God. And these landmines are just there from like decades ago.
Years and years and years of conflict. Apopo needed an animal that was light enough to avoid triggering explosives, agile enough to navigate rough terrain, and intelligent enough to recognize specific scent patterns. While dogs had long been used for the job, rats offered something different: portability and ease of transfer between handlers. Measuring up to 3 feet from nose to tail.
The rats?
Yes, nose to tail. So it's not like the body is that long, but yeah, up to 3 feet and weighing as much as 9 pounds. These rats, known as hero rats, were custom made for this very important task.
That's a possum.
It's a rat.
That's a possum.
It's a hero rat. Over the course of a year-long training program focused on positive reinforcement, they learned to detect the exact sense of landmines and diseases, making them invaluable allies in saving lives and clearing hazardous areas. They're almost blind, but with their sharp sense of smell and impressive ability to navigate through tough environments, their careers can last up to 7 years.
Wow.
Making a significant impact on the safety of communities. That's like a longer career than I've had.
Yeah.
In certain areas,
Oh, yeah.
right? Yeah, 7 years is like a 1 year in dog years.
That's literally longer than I've ever had any job.
Right. Well, not on social media. You've been doing this a long time.
This is, but like up until the time I was 37.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never worked anywhere for more than 7 years.
Right. So these rats, I mean,
The rat has more staying power than I do.
right.
I'd hire it.
I'd hire it just so I could stare at it like a weirdo.
You can just get a rat.
I want a rat. I want a studio rat, but you said no.
Yeah, then you wanted a donkey.
I'll take either or both, but not neither.
We can discuss.
Okay. At Apopo's training facility in Tanzania, these hairy heroes hone their craft.
I don't practice Tanzania. Sorry, continue.
Can I get a little point for hairy heroes?
Yeah, sorry.
Fantastic.
I was in my own head.
That's okay.
Fine.
Raised from birth in a carefully structured habituation process, they are gradually introduced to a variety of environments, sounds, and human interactions, preparing them for the unpredictable nature of the field. Training sessions are short but frequent, just 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week, keeping them sharp without overwhelming them. The hero rats are trained to scratch the ground with their tiny, perfect little feet when they detect a landmine. Then they're brought into the field, tethered to a handler with what resembles a fishing pole. It's wild. It's so interesting. They're basically like on a leash, but it looks like a fishing pole and a line that goes. So as they're going and the handler's staying stationary,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? If the rat signals that it's found a landmine, a deminer, a human with a metal detector, steps in to investigate the area. If a landmine is confirmed, it's then safely detonated.
That must be so scary to walk over there with the metal detector.
I thought about that. I'm like, doesn't that, I guess you know that it's over there, but it's not over here. So you step over here.
Still,
Trust
yeah,
me.
I don't care.
Trust me.
What?
Trust me.
Unless they're wearing crazy suits.
They're not.
Oh, they're not.
They literally have what looks like a beach metal detector. And they're walking.
Hey, they're doing the best with the tools they have.
They're doing a great job, but now their biggest, most successful tool is the tiny little rat
Yeah.
that's saving lives. I hate saying it's cute because I feel like I'm objectifying this very intelligent little beast.
Objectifying.
But oh my God, it's so cute to watch.
Oh, I want to see a video.
You must.
Yeah.
You must. Once their crucial work is complete and their years of service end, Apopo ensures that these rats retire in comfort and luxury, living out their days in spacious enclosures,
Luxury. That's cool.
as they well deserve. The impact of these small but mighty creatures is staggering. Since their first landmine detection tests in 2003, Apopo's hero rats had helped to locate over 160,000 mines
What?
and other explosives, clearing land and saving lives.
Are you serious? 160,000?
And it's still going.
Wow.
Their tuberculosis detection program has also transformed medical diagnostics, screening over 500,000 patients and increasing positive TB detection rates by an astonishing 44%.
Wow.
Over the years, organizations from around the world reached out to Apopo, hoping to harness the power of these highly trained rats for their own life-saving missions. And one of those organizations was Gaia, Mother Earth, an all-volunteer search and rescue organization, as well as an ecology and humanitarian aid group established in 1994 and based in Turkey. So in 2017, Gaia approached Apopo with a daring idea. Could the hero rats be trained to locate survivors buried beneath rubble after disasters?
Bet they can.
It was a bold proposition, but it made perfect sense. The rats were small, nimble, and quick. See what I did there? Nimble and quick.
Yeah, what is that?
Jump over the candlestick.
Yeah. I was thinking of the little woman who helped the guy get out of his car when the tree fell on it.
Oh, okay. You're in TGN land.
I am, yeah.
So these rats could slip into very tight spaces that human rescuers could not access and move through debris without disturbing unstable structures. With these unique qualities, Apopo saw the potential and agreed to explore training the rats for search and rescue. But simply finding survivors wasn't enough. For the hero rats to truly make an impact, they needed to do more. They had to help first responders communicate with the trapped victims to bridge the gap between hope and rescue. That's when Sander Verdiersen, an electrical engineer, stepped into the picture. At the time, Van Diersen was finishing his master's studies at Eindhoven University of Technology in the Netherlands, driven by a desire to use technology to make a meaningful impact. When he landed an internship with Apopo, his purpose became clear: to devise a way for hero rats to transmit real-time information from disaster zones. He soon designed a cutting-edge, itty-bitty, tiny little backpack.
Spiky?
Compact enough for a rat to wear, yet powerful enough to send critical data from the heart of chaos.
Not you Googling rat backpacks.
The first prototype was simple but effective. A 3D printed plastic container housed a tiny video camera that streamed live footage to a laptop while simultaneously saving high-resolution recordings on an SD card. The backpack was secured to the rats using a lightweight neoprene vest, the same material used in scuba suits, designed for durability and comfort.
So cute.
It's absurd.
Yeah.
By 2022, the hero rats had moved on to the next stage of their training, searching for survivors in simulated disaster zones. The process was simple in theory, but required precision in execution. The rat had to locate a target person, pull a switch on its vest to trigger a beeper, and then return to base where it would be rewarded with a treat.
Nice.
But real disaster zones are anything but simple, so the training had to evolve. Researchers steadily increased the complexity of the environment, introducing industrial sounds like drilling to simulate the chaos of an actual emergency. The rats had to stay calm, navigate through debris, adapt to new layouts, and remain laser-focused even as new distractions were introduced. And of course, these marvelous mammals rose to the challenge. One of the biggest challenges was teaching them to ignore distractions, food, trash, even other animals, so that they could remain focused on the scent that mattered most.
If a rat can focus, so can you. Okay?
Exactly.
Stop with the excuses.
Focus.
Yeah. Wait, so they trained for 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week, right?
Correct.
So what were their working hours? Like, could a rat be out there for like 3 hours looking for people?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know that. It was meticulous work requiring 9 to 12 months of training per rat. Once the rats completed their initial training in Tanzania, they were sent to Turkey for advanced drills with Gaia, running real-world scenarios in preparation for deployment. As of now, the final stages of training are still underway, but if all goes well, these resplendent rats could soon be working in real disaster zones where their skills could mean the difference between life and death.
And let me just paint a picture for you.
Please do.
Okay? You're in a building. There's an earthquake. I'm sorry to put you in this scenario. Okay? You're covered in rubble. You're not crushed anywhere. Maybe you'll scrape here or there, whatever.
Maybe you are. Yeah.
Maybe, I'm talking about you. I don't want you to like be.
Oh,
I don't want you to have your leg crushed.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? You don't know this program exists. All of a sudden, in your darkest, most desperate moment, you see a rat wearing a backpack.
I would think I didn't make it and I was in heaven.
Yeah. You have no
Probably.
idea what this means, but you are happy to see another living creature.
In a backpack.
Little do you know that rat just saved your life. I would want to steal the rat.
Obviously, he's coming home with me.
Yeah, I would want to steal the rat for sure.
Listen, wherever I am when my time comes, whoever's listening, make sure there's a rat wearing a backpack.
Okay.
Just
I'm not
figure it
going
out.
to be there, hopefully, but
Hopefully, but maybe just
maybe
I
at
don't know.
the end of a long life.
Right. I don't. Whenever it happens.
Part of your hospice treatment would be you being covered in rats.
Oh yeah, in backpacks now.
backpacks, yeah,
That's
yeah.
the thing, though. They need to have backpacks.
Can I say something, though?
Yeah.
By the time that happens, they may have figured out a way for the rat not to have to wear a backpack and have the camera like in its brain or something.
It's the aesthetic I'm going for. It doesn't have to work.
Okay, it doesn't have to be functional. I'm just saying, like, backpacks may be obsolete by that time. I would look for a vintage rat backpack, though, of course, on eBay or something.
That's all I'm asking.
Okay. Or a 3D print one.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Make one now, even, and just stash it so we know we have it.
Okay, I probably listen. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think that might be my favorite case ever covered anywhere.
Yeah.
On any platform.
Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you love it so much.
Tough act to follow. Talking about rats wearing backpacks, but
I think you can do it.
story number 3 is insane. You ready?
Yeah.
Every year since 2015, thousands of teachers from around the world have vied for the Global Teacher Prize, a prestigious award that honors exceptional educators who have made an extraordinary impact on their profession. Often called the Nobel Prize for Teaching, it comes with a staggering $1 million reward.
Wow.
I just wanted to do that.
1 million.
1 million.
Crayons.
Because teacher.
Yeah. Wait, so global?
Global.
It's a global thing? Mm-hmm. And it's just awarded to someone who is outstanding?
It's more than just being
Of course.
good at your job.
Yeah.
It's who you are in your community and the impact you have on the profession.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm not one of those people who thinks, might piss people off, but I don't really care that all teachers are good. There are bad teachers out
Of course
there.
there are.
But the good ones, like any one of them could be winning a global award. If you take it seriously, you care about the kids, and you do your job well as best you can, like,
I agree.
I mean, to have an award, I don't know how they would differentiate one amazing teacher from the other.
Wait till you hear about this guy.
Okay.
I have my master's in childhood education. I taught for a little bit. Hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
Teaching.
Yeah.
Because if you care, which I did, I mean,
It's never good enough.
no, exactly. In 2019, that honor went to Peter Tanichi, a dedicated teacher from the Pwani village, which is a remote community in Kenya's Rift Valley. His win wasn't just historic, it was absolutely groundbreaking. Peter became the first African and the first male educator to claim the prize, shattering expectations and setting a new precedent on the global stage.
Yeah, go Peter.
Raised in a rural Kenyan village in a family of teachers, he grew up surrounded by the unwavering dedication of those who shaped young minds. But his childhood was marked by hardship. He lost his mother at a very young age, and every day he trekked 7 kilometers barefoot just to attend school. Yet instead of breaking him, these challenges ignited something within him. A passion for education, a drive to uplift others, and an unshakable belief that knowledge has the power to change lives.
Can I say something?
I hope you do.
I think it's, first of all, I love the fact that he had to struggle to get to where he was. It reminds me of the story that I've told on Psychopedia, but when I was working at the restaurant and the owner, who was the hardest worker in the building by far, he would like embarrass other people, right? Not that he wouldn't try to do it. He'd just be like, dude, why is the owner clearing your tables? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Sitting over there talking to a car. Anyway.
I have a lot of respect for people like that.
Yeah. So he goes during pre-shift one day. We're all sitting by the window. I'll never forget it. He paints this picture of like the people. We were very, very, very busy. Hard to get a ticket. Funkmaster Flex Night. And he would go, here's what's going to happen tonight. You're going to remember this. The 4 people at your table did not just wind up there by accident. They heard about this restaurant from a friend of theirs. The restaurant was the best restaurant their friend has ever been to. They were raving about it. They made a reservation a month ago. They went and got new outfits. They've been looking forward to it, talking about it. They came home from work today, got dressed, picked each other up, still waited at the bar for half an hour, by the way, for their table because we're slammed. And you're not going to greet them within the first 30 seconds of them being there? What are you doing?
Damn.
I know. And like that really changed not only the way I approached the job that I had at that point, but like every single job.
Yeah.
Every job I've ever had was like, there's another person on the end of this interaction, and I need to remember that.
Who went through what they went through to get here.
100%. Yeah. Everyone's gone through whatever they've gone through to get to the moment where they come into your deli, they follow you on Instagram, they call you for a mortgage, whatever. You need to take it seriously.
Right. Of course, my mind went someplace like, I don't want to say dark, but like that's why sometimes I get a little upset on like a Saturday night if there's a baby crying at the next table and it's like 9:30 at like a nicer restaurant.
Yeah.
Because what I had to go through to get childcare, to book this in advance, to actually make it out. Nobody was sick. Like all the planets had to align for me to be out here tonight. And I'm still listening to a baby cry.
Yeah.
It's like you have to think about other people.
Consider this. That person has zero help around them. Zero family. Don't have enough money to pay for a babysitter. Haven't been out in 8 months. Just want to enjoy the night out.
Do you feel like maybe they should go to a different type of restaurant? Like
No, I
one
feel like
that...
everyone has every right to be wherever they want.
You're a much better person. I don't agree with that.
You don't think everyone has a right to be
Well,
where
no, that statement, yes. But like technically you have a right. You're not breaking any laws. You can do whatever you want. Do I think it's nervy a little bit? Yeah, I understand not everybody has childcare. I don't either.
By the way, that's not always the scenario.
But that's why I won't go out then. You know what I mean?
That's you.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just feel like that's an opportunity for me to look at that mom and go, you're good. I'm here. I have kids. I understand.
I do that in so many situations. I've gone up to mothers whose kids are having tantrums and I'm like, I've been there. Do you want to go sit down? I will literally watch your kid and make sure he doesn't slam his head on the ground so you can go take a walk. You know, I did that at Disney recently.
Yeah.
I think I told you that. So I empathize with that.
I think the other reason is that I don't want to be upset if there's a kid in a restaurant, so I have to decide not to be and force myself to see.
That I agree with. You can make a choice not to be upset.
Yeah.
But I waited maybe all month for my night out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway.
Maybe you should have gone to a different restaurant.
No, I chose the appropriate one. You didn't, person with the crying baby.
Yeah, I think you're going to piss a lot of people off saying that, but fine.
I don't think so. I think people are going to get it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it. I just feel like in that moment, ideally, would you say, hey, can you sit us next to a table with a crying baby? No. But if you're there, you're there. But also just to...
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to give evil, dirty looks. I'm not going to roll my eyes. I'm not going to let it ruin my night. But I am going to have a moment where I feel frustrated. That's as far as it goes.
Which is fine.
Right. That's all I'm saying. Like I'll never make somebody feel bad for making the choice that they made.
Yeah.
But I can feel the way I feel.
Yeah, of course.
So that's what I'm saying. That's how I would feel in that moment.
And to wrap this up, just to make one point, there are people who are just oblivious and unaware of the world around them, and the world centers around them, and nobody else matters except for us.
Can I give one more example? I'm so sorry.
Sure.
It also has to do with kids, which I feel like I'm making it seem like I hate kids. I have kids. I love kids. I wanted to be a teacher. Okay. Had to get that out there. But my son takes wrestling. And he's really trying to learn the art of wrestling, right? So somebody went last night and she brought her 4-year-old daughter with her. Totally get it. I have 2 kids. I've had to take my younger one to take my older one somewhere else. I get it. But she was allowing her child to run out on the wrestling mats, like laughing, rolling, taking off her rain boots, doing cartwheels, like interfering with the class. What's your take on that?
I don't care. I wouldn't care.
Oh my God, we are so different.
I just can't be upset all the time.
It's not that you're, but how do you?
No. Okay, so let me, by the way, welcome to Thanks Good News. We are in the middle of a story.
/ argument.
It's not an argument.
I know, I'm teasing.
No, it's just like we're derailing the story, but it's fine.
This
I
is
think
kind of what we do.
This is an important topic. When I find out somebody doesn't like me, this is a real decision I had to make so many years ago. In my mind, I say, or to them, I would say, I'm sorry you feel that way. Not because I want to dismiss responsibility for it. First of all, I'm not responsible for your feelings. Second of all, I know what it's like to walk into a room, see somebody, and go, ugh. So I'm sorry you feel that way when you see me. I don't know what I did to cause that in you. I think it's more of a you problem, but I'm truly sorry you feel that way because I wish you didn't. Not regards to me, like anybody. I don't want to walk anywhere and be like, oh man, this person's here.
Yeah.
I haven't felt that in 20 years where I walk into a room and I'm like pissed somebody's there.
Yeah. I don't know enough people. Yeah. Okay. All right. Listen, I hope this world doesn't think I am a piece of garbage.
You're not. But the point is that I know what it feels like to dislike something.
Yeah.
And when you dislike something I did, that sucks for you. I'm just sorry you feel that way.
Yeah.
I wish you didn't. Not for me,
Right.
for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, wish you didn't let your kid run all over the class that I'm paying for and my kid's not able to focus and learn. Okay. Anyway, for Peter, there was never any doubt. He was meant to be a teacher.
Peter would never say the things you just said. You're not in danger of winning a Nobel restaurant patron prize.
Nobel Parent Prize, yes, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Nobel Restaurant, I have the patience of a saint prize, no.
Yeah.
With that conviction that he was meant to be a teacher, Peter pursued a Bachelor of Education in Science at Egerton University, determined to make a difference. But earning a degree was just the beginning. His mission went beyond the classroom. It was about breaking barriers, expanding access to education, and empowering disadvantaged youth with the tools they needed to unlock their full potential in the 21st century.
Amazing initiative, by the way.
Oh, yeah. After gaining experience at several schools, Peter eventually found himself at Carrico Mixed Day Secondary School in Pewanee Village, teaching math and physics. But when stepping into the classroom, he quickly realized the immense challenges that his students faced. The reality was staggering. Classrooms designed for 35 to 40 students were packed with 70 to 80,
My God.
leaving little room to move, let alone focus.
Yeah.
There were not enough teachers or textbooks, and just a single computer with painfully slow internet.
Oh.
But the challenges didn't stop at the school doors. Like Peter once had, his students, who came from 7 different tribes, walked 7 kilometers every day just to reach class. Beyond the daily trek, life at home was even harder. The region was plagued by drought and famine, leaving families in crisis. 95% of students came from impoverished backgrounds. Nearly a third were orphans or just had one parent, and many had to go without food. Drug abuse, teenage pregnancies, early dropouts, child marriages, and even suicide were all too common. But Peter refused to let those obstacles define his students' futures. He wasn't just teaching, he was investing in them. When he looked around at the crumbling infrastructure, the lack of resources, and the deep-seated struggles that these children faced, he made a decision. He would do everything in his power to change things, even if that meant spending 80% of his own salary to improve the school and community.
Wow.
Peter knew that academic success wasn't just about textbooks and exams. It was about building confidence, fostering curiosity, and making school a place where students felt safe and valued. So, to encourage attendance and boost self-esteem, he founded the Peace Club and the Talent Nurturing Club while also expanding the Science Club. And the results were nothing short of extraordinary. In just 3 years, enrollment doubled to 400 students, a testament to the fact that when given the right support, students wanted to be in school.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just about numbers. The shift in school culture was absolutely undeniable. Cases of disobedience plummeted from 30 per week to just 3.
It's like that movie, Lean On Me. Lean On Me. I don't know why I said it like that.
Dun, 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 dun. No, that's Stand By Me.
Yeah.
What's Lean On Me?
Lean on me.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Students weren't just showing up, they were engaged, motivated, and focused on their futures.
Want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
I actually meant Dangerous Minds.
No, but it is Lean on Me.
I know, but that's the...
Oh, well, that's Coolio. Gangsta's Paradise.
Well, there's a whole movie.
I know, but that's
okay.
we were just singing the theme, so I was
Yeah. There's a lot of songs about teachers who take their job seriously.
As there should be.
As there should be.
What happened next was even more remarkable. These students who struggled with overcrowded classrooms, limited resources, and extreme poverty were proving that with passion, perseverance, and just a few tools, they could compete on a world stage in science and technology. Under Peter's guidance, students designed research projects so impressive that 60% of them qualified for national competitions. He mentored his pupils through the 2018 Kenya Science and Engineering Fair, where they unveiled a groundbreaking invention, a device that allowed blind and deaf individuals to measure objects. Against all odds, the small village school, one with barely enough desks, let alone technology, placed first in the public schools category at the national level.
Wow. There's this idea that I think people hold. I mean, I have. I'm not ashamed to admit it. It just is what it is. Ignorance.
Hey, I talked about hating kids in public places.
Very true.
So
very true.
be free here.
That people from a different time and or place are somehow less intelligent. Like people that believed in religion in the year 300. Like they were dumb. Intelligence is intelligence. Mm-hmm. Knowledge is very different. Obviously, we needed 1,700 years to discover that, or to create the internet in a way that everybody could use it. It doesn't have any. Intelligence is intelligence, and this shows that with the right tools, their intelligence could be manifested into something real.
They can show you.
That was in there all the time.
That it's there. Exactly right.
Yeah, very important lesson.
So the momentum did not stop there. In 2019, 2 of Peter's students were selected to represent Kenya at the Intel International Science and Engineering Fair in Phoenix, Arizona. For the first time in their lives, they stepped onto a plane, leaving their rural village for an international competition that brought together the brightest young minds from across the globe.
That must have been nuts for them.
Seriously. And when they returned home, they weren't just participants, they were winners, taking home the UN Sustainable Development Goal Award.
Wow.
Peter's students continued to break barriers. They earned an award from the Royal Society of Chemistry after discovering a way to harness local plant life to generate electricity.
What?
An innovation with life-changing potential in a region where energy access was scarce.
Yeah.
But Peter's impact stretched beyond competitions and awards. Alongside 4 of his colleagues, he dedicated his time outside of school to offering one-on-one tutoring in math and science for struggling students.
Wow.
On weekends, he went directly to their homes, sitting with their families to understand the unique challenges that they faced. Mm-hmm. And when he saw young girls being pressured into early marriage, he didn't just stand by. He fought to change the narrative, urging families to keep their daughters in school and invest in their future.
This guy's working hard.
Oh my, on all fronts, like firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Because for Peter, teaching wasn't just a profession. It was a mission to change lives one student at a time. So it's no surprise that in 2019, Peter beat out thousands of applicants to win the Global Teacher Prize. Standing on the world stage, he used his moment not to celebrate himself, but to champion the potential of Africa's young generation. As a teacher working on the front line, I have seen the promise of its young people, their curiosity, talent, their intelligence, their belief, he said. Africa's young people will no longer be held back by low expectations. Africa will produce scientists, engineers, entrepreneurs whose names will one day be famous in every corner of the world. And girls will be a huge part of this story. Mm-hmm. Peter's impact didn't stop at the podium. He never saw the $1 million prize as his own. He saw it as an investment in the future. So instead of keeping the money, he poured it back into his school and community. He used it to promote STEM learning, repaint classrooms, and bring clean water access to both students and families in the area.
Wow.
He also founded the Peter Tabichi Foundation, an organization dedicated to expanding access to quality education and empowering disadvantaged children, a mission that now stretches far beyond his village. Today, Peter continues to make a difference not just in his home village, but across the entire world. He speaks with students, teachers, and leaders, reminding them of this one simple truth. Education isn't just about learning. It's about unlocking potential, changing lives, and shaping the future.
Hell yeah.
What a boss.
What a boss. Won $1 million, put it right back into the school.
Oh my God. And he grew up with nothing.
Yeah.
You know, it would be understandable if he saw money and felt, you know, relief for the first time in his life and didn't want to necessarily not feel that relief. But that's not where he was getting his happiness anymore and his comfort. It was seeing everybody around him.
Yeah, you get paid in life in all kinds of different ways.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's, a feeling probably, I'm sad to say, that I will never have.
What? What feeling?
The feeling that he has of dedicating his entire life to a group of underprivileged, impoverished children who don't have access to things that we take for granted / complain about, which is incredible to me. Mm-hmm. I tolerate zero complaining about school.
About school, yeah.
You're going to complain about school? You're getting an opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
About what, maybe you're not going to use all this stuff, but you're learning to learn right now.
Right.
You're learning to be taught.
Yeah, you're going someplace hopefully safe, and you're with other kids your age, and you're socializing, and you're getting fed, and you're getting nurtured, and people are recognizing your potential or your, quote unquote weaknesses, and they're helping you to overcome it. Like it's character building. It's so much. You know how I feel about people that talk bad about the school system. I do.
Right? It's so frustrating for me. Is it perfect? No. But sorry, we don't have the ability to have 1,500 kids in an area climb trees and finger paint all day long. Mm. You know what I mean? Like it's just not realistic. Plus, you, the person making this video, you went to regular school. Mm. Are you doing okay?
Right.
You want to change things for everyone else when... I
think it's okay to want things to be better. Exactly. And it's okay to voice when you think something, could be tweaked. But I think it's the...
To talk smack about education in general is just so self-centered.
Yeah. Unless you have a solution and you're, making waves and trying.
Yeah.
Because I do think that's how reform happens and revolution. Like you have to have people who step up, speak out, see an issue, address it. And it may not be popular. Yeah. What they're speaking against. Yeah. But they do it anyway because they believe in it.
But like I've said, they teach things in school that don't change, that are constant no matter what. The curriculum changes, but math is not going to change. Science is not going to change unless it does, in which point they'll incorporate that. But they're teaching basic science, chemistry, earth science, physics, whatever. They're not history, English. These are things that are going to be helpful later in life. Mm-hmm. Sorry, they're not teaching you to do your taxes, by the way. And they did, and you forgot about it.
I learned how to write a check.
Me too. I still don't know how to write a check.
I can write a check. I just have no reason to anymore.
Yeah, I never know how to end it. End 0
Love tank.
End 00 over 100 or dollars?
Should I do X's here? XOXO?
X over 100? I don't know. I have no idea.
Those were our 3 good news stories for this episode.
Great news.
Great news.
Chadwick coming hot from Wakanda. Mm-hmm. Then we went to Africa. Mm-hmm. Then we went to Africa.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And I just made a rat noise that you totally blew past, and I feel
I didn't want to acknowledge it and make it
happen
real
again.
For you. No. Just I didn't.
I'm proud of it. You kidding?
Are you?
Yeah.
Let's hear it again.
I'm gonna do the hand. So if you're watching on Spotify,
yeah.
Don't ever do it again.
Well, whatever.
Friend to friend, no.
Do whatever you want. Bring your kid to the restaurant. I don't give a shit.
You're so easy going. Damn. Can learn a thing or two.
Yeah.
I'm a little darker.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm happy.
Dark rat queen.
Exactly. Do you have a Tank's tidbit for us today?
I do have a Tank's tidbit. Thank you for asking and giving me that intro and runway. And what I would like to say today is I do a lot of reflection, as you know. Mm-hmm. Find out who I am, what I'm into, what I'm not into anymore, things I can discard or incorporate into my life. Mentality is not other whatever. Just who do I want to be? I'm constantly discovering it. So what I learned or what I figured out or what I came to last week sometime is that I feel the need to change because when I reflect, I want to see something better than I see right now. Like imagine looking in a mirror, but from the future. Mm-hmm. Like I want to see a better version of myself, whether I look in a day or 2 weeks or 10 years.
You don't feel like that puts pressure on yourself, like to change? Maybe you don't need to.
I mean, for me to sit here and tell you that I don't think I need to improve would be insane for me to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
always find an area that.
Yeah, and it's not like I beat myself up. I notice where I'm lacking. And by the way, sometimes I'll be doing really great in one area and then not so great. Mm-hmm. And I need to like recalibrate and say, what the hell? What was doing so great with that? What happened there?
Yeah.
And it goes from everything from relationships to food to the way that I operate in the world to my physical fitness and the way I eat and take care of myself. Like it's a lot of plates to spin and takes a tremendous amount of energy, but I would rather be exhausted from trying hard than exhausted from wishing I was dead, basically, which is really taxing on the brain.
Yeah.
And I have been there.
Yeah, I know. I've been there too.
Did not like it.
No. All right. Thank you for that.
That's my tidbit.
I like that. I like it a lot, actually.
Yeah. It's kind of like the one that I had at the live show that we did.
Yeah.
When you look in the mirror, don't see what you look like, see who you are.
And if you can't handle it, make some changes.
Make some changes, yeah.
Reflect and change.
Exactly.
Very good. Thank you.
Well, thank you for putting all that effort in and delivering these stories so masterfully.
Wow. Thank you, Tank. My pleasure. I got silly today a little bit.
I know. Well, you were talking about rats and...
I got excited.
Yeah. She's a big rat fan.
Animals in general.
She's very into rats.
The hero rats wearing backpacks? I mean, it's not going to get better than that.
I know. It's not. And unfortunately...
For me.
It's all downhill.
It's all down.
Yeah. But thank you for doing all that. I truly appreciate it. I know they appreciate it too, the people listening, putting all that effort in and presenting it again, like I said, so masterfully. And if you made it this far, we were so glad to have you along this journey till the very, very end. Thanks for sticking it out with us.
You're a real one if you're still here.
And I think I'm just going to say we will see you guys at the next episode.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.